me you mentioned the woman's name, Mrs. Bakari,
Yes, yes, that's the common.
the commander. What's her name again, please?
Yes, yes, Mary Bakari.
Don't you think she deserves an applause? She has a very good initiative, and she's a woman. You're coming here, you didn't call me the woman. I tell her when you get to the office that I said I love her, that
Just
I
to
really
even
appreciate
chip in
her
a little to
initiative.
what he said,
Mm.
schools are even free and allowed. We have schools that come to for excursion at our place.
Wow,
And
that's good.
yes,
So you
we
encourage that
yes, we
too.
encourage that too. So when you come, those that have been coming, they have always acknowledged that they benefited a lot. Because when you come, you don't just learn more about fire safety, you even see how a day and the life of a firefighter is. We tell you more things
Okay.
outside even the professional aspect of our job.
Wow, that's
So
good.
that's also another way that our kids get to know
Know
much
about
about
it.
fire safety.
So we go to the next question. And the question will be basic causes of incidents, fire incidents in Illinois, and how to prevent them.
All right.
You have your records in the office, so we should know them.
Yes. Good morning.
Thank you.
Uh, I'm very happy to be here this morning, and this shows how credible this podcast is.
Thank you
Because
so much.
talking about things that touches people's life, something that is very good. Yes. Naturally, we have two causes of fire. We have the artificial, we have the natural, and natural are things that happen on its own by God. Example, lightning and thunder. Do you know that the thunder arrays that you use in your homes to safeguard your electrical gadget also goes a long way to save you from fire, from lightning? Because the volts coming from that lightning is 3 million volts capacity. When it struck on anything, there will be problem. And before I go further, you said something that fuel is part of this thing that cause fire. Three things cause fire: fuel, heat, and air. And the content of the air is with oxygen. When these three things come together in the right proportion, they will fire. So imagine in a store where you put your textbooks, your used clothes, and lightning struck on those clothes, there can be fire without electricity. So that's a kind of natural what cause. In Australia, they have wildfire. That's another wild cause of fire. We don't usually experience it in this part of the world. And that artificial is the one that is very paramount because we humans we cause a lot of issues for ourselves. Number one, negligence. You know, especially for our mothers that cook in the kitchen. While cooking, you are busy what operating your phone, watching what TV. You go and watch TV for 2 minutes, come back to your kitchen to do things. This negligence goes a long way to cause a lot of issues when it comes to fire. Number two, and which take me to answer your question,
All right.
electricity.
Electricity.
In Nigeria, it's not even in Kwara State.
Not in
Electricity
Kwara.
is a major cause
Oh,
of fire. It's the leading
fire.
cause of fire.
All right.
Because you see that the one that is caused from the what? From the IBDC company, the one that's caused by our own self. Starting from our own self, when you want to buy your extension, your socket, they will tell you that this one is 500 naira, this one is 5,000 naira. You prefer to go for 500 naira one. That tells you that you too you are what? You are part of those causing issues to your life.
Okay.
Because the same extension of 500 naira, you plug your TV, you plug your home theater, you plug everything, and it's quite inferior. And these things, they have their ratings. They have the amount of electricity that's supposed to pass through them at a certain point in time. So once it is over, you are using what? Something that is directed for a certain amount of electricity, there will be spark. Inside your home, your socket making sound, that showing sound, and you are seeing that the socket is burning day by day, you are not changing it, it's another problem. So when we try our best to make sure we look in all these, look into our electrical gadgets, it goes a long way. Unplugging our electrical gadgets while we are not at home, or when we want to go and sleep. Offering the socket. Because you cannot control the voltage that is given to you by what? By NEPA. It can be high, it can be low. So when it's very high, there will be problem. And you might be sleepy. And this thing happened in the middle of the night, in which a lot of people have slept off. So electricity is a major cause. And when we notice that something is a major cause, we at our own part, we are going to try and educate people. But implementing it goes to what? To the citizen. To implement those things. Unplug your socket, use normal rating extension, use normal wiring. For those that are just building their houses, there's a need for you not to get there's a need for you to get materials that are of high quality. The way they would pass wire through your homes above your ceilings, they are very important because the ceiling you are using is a fuel. Either you use the normal ceiling or you use PVC or what yes, you use it, they are fuels. So the way you wire your homes goes a long way to safeguard you. So when we know that this is the cause, we should always try as much as possible to prevent ourselves from what? From issues that can what? Cause fire from electricity. Thank you very
You've
much.
been talking of underrated. Me, I only go to the market and buy socket. How will I know which one is rated or which one am I supposed
They
to buy or
normally
which am I not
have
supposed to buy?
the
So you should even start that sensitization too.
okay.
You should
We,
start that
I think
sensitization.
there was a time, and also it's part of what we are looking at doing. This agency,
SON.
standard, yes,
Yes.
SON. We are looking. There was a time we partner with them on issue that has to do with gas cylinders. You know, the expired gas cylinders. Now you might just start using it, they will just explode and what? There's a problem. Also, these are what we are looking at doing by next year. We're going to a very proper campaign on electric what gadgets and also all these socket and extensions to
Then
get
let me
rid of
ask
them
one
in the
of my
market.
last question before I go to him again.
Okay.
You said on Friday you will be giving some people about your leadership.
Yes, yes.
What do you expect from them? Will you be training them or you only
What?
give them for people to see them and you forget about them?
No, like I said, my departments are even the initiative of some of those awards, like the best in fire safety compliance. And like I said, we go out year in, year out, monthly, weekly. We go out to both private and public institutions, hotels, event centers. Just think of any place. There is no place we don't go. And what do? We inspect. We carry out fire risk assessment for them. And over the years, and when we do that, we check the risk level, the fire risk level in your organization, and we tell you, okay, put this in place. We recommend places you put safety gadgets. We recommend, and now having these gadgets is one thing, but having people that can use them is very, very important, and that is why training and evacuation simulations, that is where they come in, and that's what we also do. We train staffs, we train employees, because we always do and some people do say they don't know that we do this, we don't know that we do this. Some of these things, I think some persons do that intentionally, because you see somebody buying a car of 100 million, 50 million, and it did not come to your mind that you need to have a safety gadget, a fire extinguisher at least inside. You see people building hotels, you see shops, you see people that advise them to put camera. An average Nigerian, the thing that comes to their mind is, let me put camera. Why? They want to guide for what? Security. But they forget that even if armed robbers will come to a store now, they will hire, they will pick what they will pick and they will go. The employer will still continue business the following day while police are carrying out.
I remember a supermarket.
But if fire should happen, fire will affect both the owner and the employees, because they will need to go back to dust their CV and start looking for work again. So what we do is we carry out risk assessments and we give you recommendations. And unfortunately, some of these businesses, I won't mention some names, but it will surprise you that some of these business owners here in Ilorin, we write to them that we are coming to carry out fire risk assessment. They will say they are not interested. They will say they are always of this word that God forbid.
Not my portion mentality.
Yes, not my portion mentality, which is a very good, which is the aspect of our fire safety week. Is the team. That not my portion mentality of Nigerians. I can tell you that some persons will say they are not interested. Some persons will carry out this fire risk assessment, will give them recommendations, and that's where it will end. They will say no, they are not.
Is there no law backing it? Why would
Yes,
somebody
law.
tell them they
There
are
is
not
law.
interested?
Yes,
You
law.
have to enforce
we are
it.
doing that. We are carrying out enforcement.
Enforce it.
Because the law doesn't allow any organization to put the lives of each people at risk. And if we say that your organization is not safe for people to enter there, it has to be closed. We do that. We carry out trainings, we carry out evacuation drills. So that is why we have to reward places we've gone.
Yes.
We've carried out risk assessment there. We recommended fire safety procedures and things they have to put in place, and they did it. They allowed us to train their staffs. They allowed us to carry out fire evacuation simulations, and they have all safety documents that they need. We have to commend organizations like that. And we want to believe that commending organizations like that will not only even boost their business. Imagine being certified that, okay, for this year, Federal Fire Service awarded such organizations for being among the best safety compliant companies in Illinois, for being amongst the organizations that followed all Federal Fire Service safety standards. It will definitely make others to want to do what? Do the needful.
The needful, yes.
So that is why that award is also part of the Fire Safety Week.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. And before we finish this section, you mentioned something, and I'm still much interested in that, on the issue of Gen Z. Yes, honestly, because if you look at it, demographically, they constitute the chunk
Yes.
size of Nigerian
Society.
population. And if you really want to have that preventive lessons to be passed to the next generation, it has to start with these people. Now, you mentioned things about home appliances as one of the causes of the fire incident. To these Gen Z people, to every Gen Z you see, the things you see to them are always electrical,
Yes.
are always home appliances. That is one. Then two, where you meet them most is mostly on social media. What is the organization doing in meeting this chunk of people where they are on the social media? Particularly, are you thinking of developing something like a mobile apps that is going to be interactive, at least to pass messages to this chunk of people? Is the organization doing anything about that?
Thank you very much, sir. In recent time, the advent of social media has been one of the important media tools. Kudos to the traditional media. There is no way, because if you're talking about traditional and new media, the human being cannot be taken away from the media road, regardless of how much social media have grown importance. The traditional media has a lot of credence, and in most of the time you see researches coming up about credibility of information on social media, and that's why we're still leveraging on what using the traditional media to reach out to the people. Our sensitization program and awareness program have been coming up on televisions, program, stations, radio stations. However, the advent of social media too cannot be taken away, and that's why from our national headquarters, we have our official Facebook page, we have our Twitter handle, we have our TikTok handle, we have our Instagram handle too, at the national headquarters level, down to the state level. For now, the permission granted is for us to operate a Facebook page. So if you search for your Facebook, on your Facebook, you search Federal Fire Service Kwara State Command, you can see our page, you follow us, we make the people, we post informations about safety tips, safety informations, as well as at any point in time where we go for any program, aside those who are seeing us physically and those who are listening, we still have a snippet of what we discuss here. Later today now, our visit to this studio, information will pass, we'll chronicle it, and it will be posted on our media pages. Additionally, sir, as regard fire, although you've not gotten to that question, but fire has its effects. In fact, when we talk about the effect of fire, it's of it has various effects. One of it is loss of life, one of it is loss of property. And another dimension that might sound so strange to you is fire causes deformity in human.
Of course.
In Yoruba we say atunida, like Ọlọ́run ló máa ń dá yẹn, but atunida ni iná. It's not only those who have sunburn or those who use cream that can have a change in their complexion. If a fire incident should occur, definitely it can affect any part of the body, and that's why I always preach to people, especially back to where your interest is actually key. The Gen Z, we value our look, we value our appearances. There's no better way to become a Gen Z better than you be safety conscious at all times. As my boss has rightly said, another effect of fire leads to loss of job, and that's where it's a form of security at times, because an idle man becomes a temptation for devil to lure them into various activities. In fact, when fire emergencies occur in organizations, everybody always pray for fire not to occur, but fire is inevitable for it to occur. Just like Ms. Adi Adiko rightly said, a supermarket that has about over 100 staffs
Over
working
100
there,
staff.
Next.
and
And a little girl
it's
entered
got
and light a
that
match.
and it got burnt,
God
and
born.
they
And they have
lost,
camera, they saw the girl when he came in when
and it will lead
they
to
don't
loss of
have
job.
serious.
And when there is no job, it becomes another security crisis for the public and even the government on its own. And that's why we keep on preaching that safety should be of cognizance. Another thing about fire, just like Riley said, is what we call under the man-made cause of fire, is what we call arson. That kind of scenario you just mentioned is what we call arson. Deliberate act of setting a place of fire.
Arson.
Yes, that is what we call arson. A deliberate act of, so the fire as a whole is so much important that when it is under our control, it's our friend because of the numerous importance it's of use to us. But if it's out of our control, the effect is always very, very, very huge. Because some people, to settle score, when they have personal differences with people, they just go there, they set your properties ablaze to settle score. Some people intentionally, deliberately, they do it and they go scot-free, and it is always intentional. And aside these cases of accident related issues, in fact, fire service is at the center of everything. I can say to you today, because of our importance. Corruption cases too, it's fire related in nature, particularly acid. People who have actually commit unlawful practices and they intentionally
Like
light
all fights.
fire in various offices, and that's another approach. You can put armed personnel at every facility, but if you don't have a fireman in your facility or a safety officer in that your facility, they can cover up anything they want to cover up.
That is even one of the things we do. I mean, like I said, inspectorate investigation and enforcement. We also investigate fire.
Okay.
After a fire incident has happened, we are certified fire investigators.
Always
We
find
go
out
there,
the
we
reason.
find out the cause, root analysis. We go to the down cause to get what caused this fire, and we not just get to know what caused it. We also work on how to prevent something of that nature from again, and how to avert such tragedy from happening again. So I know you've been emphasizing on Gen Z, and it's very, very important. So one of the ways Gen Z should know about fire safety, like the PR have said, if you go to our pages every day, national level, state level, we're always posting sensitization tips and all that. And as Gen Z, into their individual differences, we have people that they have that passion for fashion, those that are into beauty, those that are into IT and all that. And people are in the age of this thing today, AI that we have today. You have all these ChatGPT, you have all these different mediums you can use to get informations. So it's easy if you go even as Instagram, for instance, just a mess searching for how to combat fire or how to prevent fire on the side road, you will see videos. You will see videos of different safety personnel, organizations giving safety tips for your homes. Do the same search on Twitter, do the same on Instagram, TikTok. So even individually, it's easy for Gen Zs to do what? To get to know what fire safety is all about. If only they can just do the same thing they do by searching for whatever they have passion for. So, and safety is a shared responsibility. Everybody should be interested in fire safety. Everybody should be interested.
There is a question that I don't know how to put it. I will still put it. There is an essay. It is a rumor we always get. So I want to ask you now if it could be a cause of fire incident. So markets, not only in Ilorin, even in Lagos, anywhere around it, they will tell you when market women or men run into debt. Especially those that sell those things we call frame for us now.
Yes.
Then they will put empty of those things in their shops, and at night they just light it themselves. Is that possible? Can they do that?
Definitely. we cannot rule it out because arson is a cause of fire.
Alright.
And you know, when it comes to us, it's a matter of the mental orientation of individual.
Alright.
So they know what they tends to gain from that. It might be based on what you said. It might even be based on the fact that you are selling more than me. We are selling the same thing. It might deliberately even come to your store and set it on fire. So and there are videos, if you check online, you see videos of people that will just go to another person's store. They will just put accelerant. But like there was even one video that we always use. This guy tried to set the place on fire. In doing that, he was not too conscious about how to use accelerant. Later get himself burnt. So you cannot rule out the fact that people can deliberately perpetrate that type of fire causes.
Alright, thank you so much.
And
Yeah.
sorry, sir.
No problem.
By accelerant, it means anything that can make fire to go out, to produce anything that can make it.
Like
Petrol,
Yes,
diesel.
petrol, yes, that's what it is by accelerant.
Okay, thank you very much. And before we call it a day on this section, I still have one other question to throw at you people. As far as the fire safety is concerned, what are those things you expect people of Kwara State to expect from your coming fire safety week? What are the likely expected outcome? At the end of this, what are you likely to achieve as an organization?
Okay, sir. I think with the team that we are working with,
What's the thing, please?
the team goes like
National Fire Safety.
the National Safety Week,
Safety
the not my portion mentality. I've only the not my portion mentality.
Very good.
So at the end of the day, because of the fact that we have made sure that all the programs that we are doing, it's focused on different persons. The Monday program, the public lecture Monday program is focusing on paramilitary bodies, state and federal government agencies, staffs. And for the Friday also that we're giving out, there's an economic hub training or lecture that is also coming up that is focusing on private company and private institutions and businesses. So we want to try and give a kind of mindset orientation that forget the fact that you are praying, you are going to mosque, you are going to churches. We want at the end of the day, want you to have the message like, I have to do my own part. Because even for the two religions, either Islam or Christianity, you are expected to walk before you pray. When you walk the walk, you now make the prayer and God is going to accept the prayer. So what give a kind of orientation that at the end of the day, know that fire can happen to anybody. Fire does not select. Even to fireman, fire can happen in your home. But what have you prepared? And these are things we're telling them through the fire week. These are the preparedness you have to make. If you have a company, or it is very bad for you to have an investment of 100 million and not even have like 3 or 4 fire marshal in your company. Going that will be there to inspect. Even though we are not there, we are not always there. We have trained them for them to be able to inspect. Like every day they inspect, they check when the workers have left the work, they see that everybody has switched off the electrical gadgets. So when the orientation has been reset, I'm very sure everybody will know that I'm not immune to fire. Fire can come to my building, can come to my complex, can come to my business. And that is going to go a long way to help us to prevent fire. Because at the end of the day, prevention is part of what even pays us as an agency. Because when we are so assured that out of 100 companies in the lorry, over 80% of them, they are safety compliance and they are doing the right thing. It means that we are going to just sit down in our office, just making sure we still give those other 20.
You see that you are jobless then? You are not doing anything.
We are.
You want to sit down, doing nothing.
We are. Because what we are doing presently is part of our synthesizing.
Okay.
Because that one is more of potential, not what kinetic.
Okay.
And that's part of what we would like to do.
Additionally to what my superiors have said, our own end results.
Pause.